Being John Malkovich is a fantasy comedy drama film. It's directed by Spike Jonze in his directorial debut and is also written by Charlie Kaufman. And the film stars John Cusack, Cameron Diaz, Catherine Keener, and of course, John Malkovich. And as you can see, I'm joined by a familiar face and a new one. This is Pat and Sam. So, I've seen this movie before, you guys haven't. What did you think of it?
It lived up to all expectations for me. I thought it was such a weird film, but in all the best ways. It really takes style and has fun with it. I haven't seen anything like this where it really delves into the life of an actor, but also like the weirdest fantasy. It's like something you would dream about, you know, you've imagined in your head, but have never seen on a film before.
Yeah, this film definitely works to Spike Jonze and Charlie Kaufman's strengths, because this is a very weird movie, but also a very smart movie as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've seen a couple Charlie Kaufman films, and once, and Her by Spike Jonze. And so this movie felt like the start of what they'd go to do, like their, this, like the directorial debut. Like,
yeah, because this is both their first film.
Yeah, it does. It fits into their filmography pretty well, I thought. Nothing came kind of out of left field, apart from a couple scenes, like the the dream sequence type stuff with just John Malkovich being John Malkovich, every character, like that scene. That was cool.
Yeah, it's fair to say it's a very unpredictable movie. Like, a lot of things you will not expect coming.
It was a really unconservative film. Like, it didn't have a happy ending. It didn't exactly have a likable protagonist. It was just this weird series of events where people take over John Malkovich, shit changes for his life. Like, they sort of use John Malkovich's profile and money to make their own happy ending, and then it doesn't last too long before someone else takes over. It's just so strange, but you know, I liked that it was unfamiliar.
Yeah, I think you mentioned at one point how Jordan Peele was definitely inspired by this for Get Out.
Like the idea, like the idea of someone else being in someone else's head.
Yeah,
and it's quite a fascinating concept.
Yeah,
I was gonna say this isn't obviously a horror concept. But it is, like, if you think about it, that is horror. Yeah, it's scary to not being in control of.
Yeah, it's like if each of us were inside each other's heads, that'd be something terrifying.
And the thought of losing control over your own actions while someone else is in your head, like, it's a scary thought.
Like, the plot we're saying sounds weird, but it's actually a smart movie. And they explain the rules of this as well. It's like how Malkovich is like a vessel for like people who want to live forever to keep on living forever.
Yeah, they don't over-explain it though, where it like starts bogging down. You're like, it is pretty natural.
Yeah, pretty simple and doesn't treat you like an idiot.
No,
and it's not like it's all dumped on you at the start. It all gets revealed
over the course of the film.
It was good. Throughout, yeah. So talking about like the themes of the movie, I'd say identity is one, like who you are as a person, and like if you have a soul or not. Which is kind of discussed at the start, where as soon as John Cusack's character goes into John Malkovich for the very first time, it's like this profound feeling that he has, and so that's all he cares. He like just becomes obsessed with this idea, and so does his wife Cameron Diaz, and that's basically the start of the film.
Yeah, because like John Cusack, his character is driven like to love for this woman played by Catherine Keener, and yet she rejects him because he's not a pretty guy. He's pretty ugly.
He's a loser in almost every way.
Yeah, he like has a shitty haircut. He looks shit as all hell.
It's interesting when he gets control over Malkovich for a long period of time. Malkovich ends up looking like Craig did altogether. He gets the long straggly hair.
Like he doesn't actually, like, even that he's in John Malkovich's body, he doesn't change as a person. His bad qualities and his just
still
ugliness it still shines through.
I like that. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I was just going to talk about the humor. When I was laughing at this movie, I was laughing because of how seriously it took itself. It doesn't try hard to push the jokes, aside from maybe like some really strange scenes where you do have this restaurant scene where everybody is John Malkovich. Obviously that's so over the top, but I loved it. But apart from that, every scene, you know, it's not trying to push these forced jokes. It's actually taking the plot so seriously, and it's the fact that it's somewhat of a parody that I found it hilarious.
A lot of Charlie Kaufman movies are they have a similar tone. Yeah. Where it's like always like this dark undertone of like a comedy. Yeah, like but it is about something. It's not just waste 2 hours of your life to laugh. Maybe.
Yeah, like the humor comes from the situations, and it's up to the audience to see if like that makes them laugh.
Maybe the only negative that I would give a film like this is that there wasn't exactly a happy ending. I wanted to see a full arc. Yeah, the female characters Lottie and Maxine, they had their own happy ending, but like I said, the protagonist, Craig, isn't a likable person. He doesn't change at all.
The main character is very unlikable, so when he doesn't get the happy ending or get the change in the character that you would probably normally get, it is actually quite satisfying, because you don't like him except for maybe at the start where you're like, oh, he's kind of down on his luck, kind of puppeteer.
Well, the way I saw it was, he's not a good person, because he's pretty, like, he's trying to get by. He doesn't love his wife. He thinks he's better than everyone.
Aside from that, that's all the criticism I could really give it. It was a very fun movie and very unique, obviously.
Yeah. For me, I adore this movie. Like, it's definitely one of Spike Jonze's best films. And for a directorial debut, this was one of the best ones.
Yeah.
Like, it's very smart, well written, great performances, great characters, an intriguing plot. Nowadays, you don't see many films like this.
I was gonna say, just with like some negatives, I didn't find everything to be funny. Like even that some of the more obvious jokes that they have in there, but they don't go overboard with it. With like the character at the start, the secretary girl who. Has a hearing problem, but the old guy thinks he has a speech impediment. Like I was like, oh, is this going to be a joke that they keep doing? But no, it's just like the one, and so they don't overdo the jokes too much.
And like the idea of where these people work in this 7.5 like floor of this building, where it's like the idea of it was built for like little people to work in this building, and now it's just like normal people take it up, and it's just like, it's okay.
There's not like a single dwarf.
Like it's treated so seriously.
Yeah. And also, it's implied that every time that they go to work, they have to press the emergency button, grab a wrench, and like open the doors themselves.
Speaking of which, the first time someone opens like the elevator to the 7.5 floor, we get a nice cameo by Octavia Spencer.
You're just like, there she is, and then she's gone. That's it.
Like a lot of cameos in this movie. Like Sean Penn's in the film, David Fincher's in the film,
yes,
Brad Pitt's in the film as well.
Brad Pitt is in the film.
How?
Were they doing an actual? I feel like that was like a shoot the rodeo thing, where there was an actual premiere for a movie or something, and they just were like.
Because the scene with Andy Dick and Winona Ryder, that was actually filmed. They were part of the film. Overall, it's been a while since I've seen this movie, and I still think it's just fantastic. Like I said, brilliant cast, brilliant writing, great direction. In my mind, it's a perfect movie.
I wouldn't say it's a perfect film. Like,
fair enough.
I didn't get a huge sense of catharsis or of understanding of the human condition or anything like too much, but I'm probably going to think about this a little bit more.
Yeah, it's a film
definitely I'm going to kind of revisit it in the future.
Yeah, like most Spike Jonze and Charlie Kaufman films. It's films that like do get better on multiple rewatches.
In a way, I actually really envy you, because I would love to have my friends over my house and see their first reactions to a film like this. It's so out there, and I'd just love to see how shocked they are by the wackiness of the movie and the actual situation that it puts viewers through.
You have to show your adaptation next.
Yeah, please. This movie was a mindfuck, but in all the great ways. I really enjoyed watching it. Yeah, it's a great film. I wouldn't say it's like a perfect film either, but I would say that I loved it, and that's being honest. I would give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay, so I'd definitely give this a 7.5.
And I'm going to give Being John Malkovich a 10 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, be sure to like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to my channel below. As always, I'm NETX5, and this is Patrick and Sam. Thank you for watching.